Derby County have had a rough time of it in recent years. Ups and downs along the way, but far more downs than ups. Financial problems are plenty, as well as holding the record for the earliest mathematical relegation from the Premier League and the lowest ever points total in the 07-08 season. A record which still stands today. Financial issues got even worse, and Derby were on the brink of total collapse a few years ago, saved at the last minute and their debts cleared. However, the damage was already done. A 12-point deduction and a severely depleted first-team squad. Despite Wayne Rooney's best efforts, they got relegated. However, things have turned for the better as Derby were promoted back to the Championship, finishing second in League One in the 23-24 season. Now it's our turn to help Derby get back to the Premier League for the first time in about 20 years, and we're going to do that by giving them Wonderkids every single season. Of course, we're going to spin the wheel to find out the ability of those Wonderkids, and not only is promotion the goal, but survival, well, it's just the start. The end goal is going to be, of course, winning the Premier League, getting back to the glory days of the 70s, but we want to go one step further, and we want to win the Champions League, and bring some glory days back to Pride Park and Derby County. Let's get into it. So yeah, Derby County, here we go, in all their glory. Now in the Championship, it is stating that Derby are potentially going to finish 21st. We're playing on an updated database, of course, so they are now in the Championship, not in League One as they are at the start of FM24. And of course, we've got the spin the wheel and we've got the Wonderkids, but of course there's a few rules to abide by on the way. To quickly run over the rules, we've got a wheel that we will spin every single season, which will determine the potential ability of a Wonderkid. We will go to the youth team and we will make that player that we decide 17 have a full-time contract and they will be boosted in potential ability. Their current ability will be boosted by exactly the same amount to help them fulfill their potential. We can tweak personality types, but not make them too overpowered because we want to allow the players to at least have the best opportunity to reach their potential. We can't get involved with any transfers. We can't get involved with anything of the sort or renewal of contracts. However, we can facilitate some loan moves if they are not getting the game time and they're not going to fulfill their potential. Now, we also have some wildcards to use. And as per your guys' requests, we're going to spin a wheel for what wildcards we're going to use. We're going to use 3 wildcards in this experiment. Here we go. So here is the wheel. All of the Wonderkids, all of the wildcards are in there, and we will be shuffling, of course, to begin with. We're going to shuffle them all now. There we go. There is the shuffling. And it's time to spin. Let's get going. So some of them are good, some of them are bad, and some of them are a bit neutral, and we must use all the wildcards. So there's going to be potential detrimental ones or good ones, so it's a bit of a gamble, a bit like the potential ability. This one is a potential ability respin, so once throughout the 15 years we are with Derby, we can respin the wheel if we want to. Well, no, we have to respin the wheel once on one individual season. There we go, there's the first wild card. The second wild card is going to be, hopefully it's going to be a really good one. A respin's a bit meh. Well, a locked 5-year contract. Now, I will explain these in a bit more detail in a moment, but basically that means that a player, once we can decide to lock them at the club for 5 years with no ability to be transferred away. We don't have to do that from the start. We can do that from when we see fit. So a player can be 20, 21, basically at their potential, and we can lock them down for the next 5 years, which I think is going to be absolutely key, especially if we get a 195 plus player. The third wild card is going to be one of the bad ones. It's the dirty Wonderkid, which basically means 20 aggression, 20 dirtiness for one player specifically. So there you go, there's the 3 wildcards that we can utilise in this experiment. As I mentioned a minute or two ago, we have 15 years in which we are going to progress in this. So every 15 years we're going to be giving them Wonderkids. Now with Wrexham, when we were in the lower leagues, we were giving them 2 Wonderkids a season. And I feel that became far too overpowered once we were in the Premier League. So to make a little tweak to the rules and tweak to what happened with the Wrexham one is I feel that we're going to do 2 Wonderkids per season with Derby until they hit the Premier League. Once they're in the Premier League, it goes down to 1 Wonderkid per season because essentially we want them to get to the Premier League. We don't want to be stagnating in the Championship and every Wonderkid just getting sold for pittance because essentially that's just going to be, well, largely underwhelming if we just get stagnant in the Championship. So let's get going to the end of the first season and see how Derby got on. Let's hope they don't get relegated. Mid-table, 14th. That is absolutely brilliant. So it's a great start for us here at Derby. Absolutely fantastic. So, firstly, let's have a look at the tactic. They're playing a classic 4-2-3-1, a lovely formation. All worn. You're about to get a Wonderkid. You have been warned. Eh? So, the first Wonderkid at our disposal is going to be... What ability? Oh, it's an absolute barnstormer straight off the bat. We've got 2 Wonderkids that we're going to be getting at 191 potential. And of course, every single season we do remove that value as well. And looking over this, actually, to be honest, we've got a couple of all right names straight away. I quite like Sobchik, Derry Iverson, Vaughan Cropley. Now, he's fairly sporting. His personality is mid, but I like the name Vaughan Cropley. So we're choosing Vaughan, so he's a central midfielder. And I mean, obviously the silhouetted players that we can't choose because they're real people, because it always has to be a regen, of course. I mean, some of these have got fantastic names, haven't they? Like, look at this: Cruz Allen, Johnson O'Song. I almost want Johnson O'Song. Case Gordon. I think we're going to go with Sam Maycock. He's fairly ambitious as well. Good ambition, professionalism. Yeah, you know what? They're not too bad. And I don't want to go too OP too early doors. So we're going to go Sam Maycock and Johnson. Sorry, not Johnson O'Song. We can't do Johnson O'Song. Vaughan Cropley. So 191. So what we do is start editing. So we change the date of birth of these players. He's now 17. Stop the edit. We edit the club contract. We make sure it's a full-time contract. I'm probably going to put him at 9k because we want him to stay. Give him a few years on the contract just because. At least it means that if they do get sold, which they almost certainly will do at this early juncture, we might get a little bit more money because the contract's a little bit longer. Maybe. I don't know. And the attribute details, so goes to 191, which is what, 63 more. So that's going to bring him up to 125. Now, Sam Maycock as well. Unfortunately, 191, so that's only 44 up from 147. So that's what, 114? So he's not great. I'm just going to look at the senior squad then. So 125 for a central midfielder. Well, he's going to be the best player in the squad at 125. So he will get, Vaughan Cropley will be getting first team football. And 114, he's in and amongst it at 114, and he will start to improve. So he'll probably be 117, 118, probably by Christmas, which means he's going to be pushing this top 5 of the squad. So they should both get some good game time this season. So yeah, those 2 players are going to be in the first team squad come the new season. So let's go through to 2025, see how those 2 got on. So Sam Maycock at 131 and Vaughan Cropley at 137. So they're both still here. Sam Maycock is in the under 21s. So there you go. There's his attribute breakdown. He's turned into quite a... his composure's quite poor. He only got 10 in 41. Not the best as a striker. Did he play as a striker? He did. That doesn't bode well. Vaughan, he's turning out quite nicely. He's turning out quite nicely indeed. Not worth a lot though, is he? Between 5 and 15 million pounds. This is the problem, you see. This is the problem. These players are going to get sold for pittance early doors unless we can get promoted. Oh my God, we nearly got relegated. Oh, we've taken a step back. That is worrying. That is worrying. Danny Cowley's in charge because Paul Warne left to go and become the manager of Burnley. Wow. Burnley needed a new manager because Scott Parker got sacked and Thomas Frank has also been sacked. He got sacked as the manager of Brentford as well, did old Thomas Frank. So Ralph became the manager of Parma, got sacked by getting relegated in Serie A. He's now the manager of Austria. Why is Ralph in these data updates? Because this is the data update. Why is he not at Wolfsburg? Does nobody care about Ralph? Niko Kovac isn't there in real life. Here he is, the big man, who is the former player, who is the manager of Bundesliga club VfL Wolfsburg. So he's still there. He's there as the manager. So will somebody put him in as the bloody Wolfsburg manager in this data update? I'll have to do it. Anyway, right. Derby, Championship, nearly getting relegated. Let's spin the wheel. Let's calm down from spinning the... Let's spin the wheel. Let's hope this is good. I'm fuming about Ralph not being at Wolfsburg. More than a bloody should be. Stop on 193. Oh, I don't know how I feel about that, actually. Because it's great. It is actually great, 193. I'm really pleased at 193. The problem we've got is it too early to be taking two 190s out of the wheel? I wouldn't have minded a 182 there and saved the 193. I mean, we're not going to respin. There's no way we're respinning that. Hell no. We do have the 5-year contract we can lock in. Now, again, that's just for one player. Even though in the championship and we are giving them 2 players per season, we are not locking in 2 players. That would, in my opinion, be a grey area. And it's not something I wish to entertain. So let's go look at the youth team then, shall we? Okay. So how did we? So let's just break this down for a second. We're in the championship. We conceded 55, scored 43. Now we've got a striker who, if he stays, is improving. He's got 16 finishing, and we've got a central midfielder. So at the heart of the team, I'm thinking we're going to be looking at a defender and a goalkeeper. Maybe do we go Nino Sahui? He's a model citizen, right? Nino Sahui is a model citizen. Yes, please. Thank you very much. 193 as well. Let's just lock him in straight away, shall we? What's that? 81 more. So he's going to move up to 143. So he's going to be the best player in the squad. The goalkeeper. Oh, that might really help us in our pursuit of promotion. So who else do we go for then? I did say defender, but we've got like Matthew Gilpin. Quite like the name Gilpin. Abdul Ibrahim. JJ Fisher. Matthew Granger, other central midfielder. Alex Jarrold. I quite like Jarrold. What's Alex Jarrold saying? He's fairly determined as a personality type. He's actually got a pretty decent personality, to be fair. He has got a pretty decent personality. Matthew Granger, fairly sporting. No relation to Hermione, apparently. JJ Fisher, he's fairly professional. Don't really feel like I want a cam central midfield option at the moment, though. So no. What about Matthew Gilpin? He's only balanced in terms of personality type. I think we're going to go with the Jarroldster. Geraldinho. Yeah. Let's go with the Jazzmeister. So what's that? So 193. Going up by 69. Hello. And what's that? 69 plus 59. 128. We've got 128 and 143. So if we go to the senior squad, well, the goalkeeper, yeah, hands down, going to be the best goalkeeper. And it's going to be the best defender as well. So our 4 Wonderkids are going to be the best 4 players in Derby's squad. So, hopefully, that's going to bode well. Let's go forward another season to 2026. See if they've managed to win promotion. Okay. Sam Maycock, he's gone for 11.5 million to Leicester. Oh my God. Do you know what? 3 in 23. I'm kind of glad he's gone. I mean, I wanted more than £11.5 million for him, and he is, of course, a 191 potential ability player who's fairly ambitious, but oh dear. And also, heartbreak over here, Heartbreak Hotel, joining PSG, Vaughan Cropley, the man with the golden name. Look at that, he's fantastic as well. He's really turned into being a player. 16 million plus, so we'll find out exactly what that was once it's gone through. But they're already joining on the 10th of the 6th. So PSG are absolutely ahead of the curve here. But he's played all season there with Alex Jarrold and Nino Sahui. And maybe with that £11.5 million from Sam Maycock, maybe in January they strengthened and got another striker and they've managed to win promotion. 17th. Right. Not ideal, to be perfectly honest, but it's an improvement on 21st. I thought we'd be up by now. 3 seasons. I thought we'd survive first season. I thought we'd be doing better than this. If not promoted, at least getting playoffs. We lost 2 of them, so we're back to square one. So we're going to lose 2. So hopefully the 2 that are still here, Jarrold and Sahui, hopefully those 2 stay. Jarrold's now resolute as well. He's improved his personality. Nice. So we've got to go and get some more Wonderkids. But we have lost the striker and the central midfielder. So let's spin the wheel. Now, I'm hoping for a 170 something here. I want to get a 170 off the board. And go on, tick over. Oh, God. Was that 176? Apparently it was. So 176 is now off the table. Let's go to the youth team. Kenny Jackett's in charge. Danny Cowley got sacked. Not even a year in the job, and Kenny Jackett came in. Oh, he was the director of football at Gillingham. 138 potential ability. Okay, so let's have a look over the positions then. And I mean, we're almost spoiled for choice here. I mean, we've got Devante Diggin. I like that, Devante Diggin. You know, Hermione's brother's still here. Dalton DeRoe is not too bad. Marzi Andrew, quite like that. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we've peaked for the names. Oh, he's a 176. I almost want to lock him at the club because I never want him to leave. Jean-Francois de Wolf. Are you joking, Football Manager? That has to be the best name I think I've ever seen in terms of regen names. Speaking of regen names, we always do like to have a little look at these regen names. Send me your regen names and like screenshots and stuff of your best Wonderkids or your best regen names. Send them to me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call. If I get loads of them, because a lot of people have put in the comments and stuff when I've requested this before, send them me on Twitter. I want to make a video on them because I love some of the regen names. Best Wonderkids, I can rate them, all that jazz. So yeah, do that. Jayhuahua12 on Twitter, X, whatever. I don't post much, but you know, it's a forum you can send stuff to me on. Jean-Francois de Wolf. Jesus Christ. English with a Belgian second nationality. Thought he'd be a bit French, but Belgian is sort of, yeah, he's eligible for Belgium. Who will he choose? That's a little bit of an aside, isn't it? Okay, so we go to 176. So he's literally going up by 99. So he's going to go to 131, which again is probably going to break into that first team for Derby. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 131. So yeah, he's going to be up there. He's definitely going to be up there. So he's going to get a bit of game time, his old Francois de Wolf. What a name. What a name. And position. So we're going to lose a left back, Juan Larios, and our right back, who's also on loan. So we've got a lot of loan players in. And the left back here is Devante Diggin. And I'm digging that name. We're going to go with Devante Diggin. It's 176. What's that? Is that 67? Yeah, 67 that's going up by. So 176. So 67 is... Ooh, it's only going to be 180. So he's probably not going to be ideal for the first team. Actually, 102 for David Agwells. Yeah, 118 is actually not too bad. And this is probably why we're not getting promoted, because we do not have very good players. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in on loan. About to lose Vaughan Cropley. Go to 2027 then. Ah, right. There's good and bad here. Oh my God. There's very bad. Transfer listed by request for 10 million. Wait. Relegation release clause of 7 million. No, we can't have been relegated because he's got a range. Again, 5 to 15 million pounds. That's awful. Alex Gerrard's gone to Southampton. 17.5 million pounds. How much did Vaughan go to PSG for as well? 25 million in total. Wow, that's actually quite good. 22 million. Minimum cost 16. Including add-ons, it's 25. He's currently cost them 22 million. He's played 17 times PSG. A lot of them off the bench, but he's still improving. So, first things first. I mean, Alex Gerrard's up at 161 already. That's a kicker to lose. Geraldinho. Sam Maycock's done sod all for Leicester. Nino Surrey is probably going to be out of here as well. Requested to leave as well. Devante Diggin and Jean-Francois de Wolf. We've got 11 in 45. Again, not the best. Oh, probably playing up front with 9 finishing. Play him as one of your wingers. He's fast. Okay. Did not expect that. Did not expect to finish 7th and just miss out in the playoffs. But we have done 40 goals conceded, only scored 55. So we're a bit shy going forward. But the good goalkeeper has helped us stop conceding as many, which has, of course, helped propel us up the league. And you can sort of see by the amount of games drawn, 15 draws, we've actually drawn some of the most in the league, actually. And I think previously they would have been defeats. So that's where we're gathering points and we're gathering momentum and we're getting wins when we should have been drawing as well. So yeah, maybe that was a really wise choice to choose the goalkeeper. But then the goalkeeper wasn't last season, it was the season before, wasn't it? So what happened last season then? Well, I think we've been in a bit of manager turmoil, weren't we? Kenny Jackett is here in charge. We've got £22.5 million in the bank, and he's actually got a budget of nearly £27 million to spend as old Kenny Jackett. So could he spend it quite well? Let's have a look at the club details. I never looked at the debts and stuff. So they've got no debts because they've got an underwriter, yeah, because they've got some new owners. And they cleared the debts, didn't they? Okay, right. So spin the wheel. So I'm sort of a bit torn here. Oh, 174. Do we respin that? Do we want better players than 174? I think it's tricky, isn't it? Because we get 2 while we're in the championship, but then they're more likely to leave while we're in the championship. So I think I'm going to take 174. And who are we going to take? Do we go Thierry Camini? No, we don't. Well, we've just lost Geraldinho. Let's go and take... oh my God, what a barnet. What a barnet. He's fairly sporting. Romario Ellison is a pretty decent prospect. And you can play all across these 3 central positions here. Very defensive-minded player. And the big bonus here is if we look at the attribute details, we're going up to 174, which is 109 boost, which takes him up to 134. So straight off the bat, Romario Ellison is one of our players. And I feel like, oh my God, look at this geezer. Nigel Hassel. His potential ability is 176. I was just looking at his name thinking I quite like the name Nigel Hassel. He's 20 professionalism. I'd have to take him down 2 potential ability points to actually... he'd be losing ability. Can't be bothered with the hassle. Oh. They never get better, do they, these jokes? They never get better. So, do we go Simon Simpson? Sim, a.k.a. Sim Squared. Again, 25 to 55. He's fairly professional, so his personality is pretty good. 18 professionalism, actually. That's better than fairly professional for me. Good, decent determination. Okay, ambition. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. He's a left winger. Do we still play bloody wingers? Let's just double check this. Yeah. So who's... left midfielder, Steffi Mavididi, is a loan signing. He's going to be leaving. He's going to be going in 23 days. So we could do with a left winger. So how about Simon Simpson? So he goes to 174, so that's 119 he's increasing by. So what's that? 145. Is he going to be the best player in the squad? Is he going to be the best player in the squad? No, Nino Sahuri is at 165. Bloody hell. He's going to leave for about 10 million. It's going to break my heart. Please stay for one more season, Nino. Just please. Devante and Jean-Francois, you two both stay. And then we've got Simon Simpson and Romario Ellison. That would be 5. And I think with the jumps that Romario and Simon have done, this could be the season. This could be the season. Well, it wasn't the season, was it? 7th again. Oh, we've got Thomas Frank in charge. Now, Thomas Frank has come in to be in charge of us here because Kenny Jackett got sacked. Why did Kenny Jackett get sacked? Losing confidence in the dressing room, which is unfortunate, really, because he was doing an all right job. I was going to say, finishing 7th here for Derby, you can't really grumble with that, although the media think they were going to finish 4th, and you can see the Media Dream 11, Devante Diggin is still here, which is great news. Let's go and look at the shortlist then. Let's see the damage. Right, Geraldinho has left. Oh my God, he's moved again. He's gone from Southampton to bloody Brighton for £41.5 million. Oh, because Southampton probably got relegation from the Premier League, and he probably had bought by Brighton for £41 million, 27 million up front. So it wasn't including the add-ons. That's not a release clause, a relegation release clause anyway. AC Milan want Vaughan Cropley. He's on the loan list at PSG. Almost like they didn't need to buy him. 18.5 million. Oh, Nino, and he left at the start of the season, didn't he? Of course he did. £13 million. He's not even reached the add-ons yet. He better do. 38 games, so he's played all season there. He's actually got 3 caps for France. Yeah, there he is. Okay. Sam Maycock still at Leicester City, still not doing anything whatsoever. Devante Diggin is wanted by plenty of teams, should I say. So he's probably going to be out the door. Oh, Jean-Francois de Wolf. He's going, isn't he? Jean-Francois de Wolf's going. He's wanted by all those teams. He got 12 this season in 46, finishing 7th. We're not scoring enough goals. Simon Simpson, not wanted yet. Romario Ellison, also not wanted yet. He's played 30 times. So we lose Devante and Jean-Francois. We're going to get another 2 Wonderkids now. So we're sort of working with 4 Wonderkids every single season. We've lost the goalkeeper. So I'm feeling I'd like a central midfielder and a goalkeeper. I think the strikers that we've had so far, Sam Maycock and Jean-Francois de Wolf, there was never any doubt that Jean-Francois de Wolf was going to be the guy. He could have played just wing back left and we'd have had to have got him because that name is just so otherworldly. it was just guaranteed. But the forwards that we've got so far have not done the business. So unless some names like Jean-Francois de Wolf come out, we're going to probably lean towards another goalkeeper and a central midfielder. Because I think a goalkeeper in this season just gone would have been enough to get us in the playoffs. Let's just double check how we did. We're only 2 points off the pace of Bristol City, and we actually had a better goal difference. So we conceded 51 and we scored 58. Now, if you look at this previous season, we conceded 40. So if we'd have conceded 40, if we'd have conceded 11 goals less, that's guaranteed more victories. Of course it is. We might have even snuck automatic promotion. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, so it's time to spin the wheel. I'm hoping for something good because we're on the cusp of promotion now. Stop. Oh, it's 200. It's 200. Now, we're going to get 2 Wonderkids at 200. There's part of me that almost feels like we should deploy that respin because we don't want them to leave. But we do have that lock in the contract. We do have the lock in the contract ability. So we might lock one of these guys in. Maybe not straight away. We'll give them a season because they won't leave in the first season. We might lock them in after a season or two. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Let's go and have a look then. So it's Thierry Camini, who's balanced, or Brian Brown, who's resolute. And he's 22 worse off in current ability and 21 worse off in potential ability. So the jump is going to be... It's going to be borderline identical, isn't it? It's going to be an 82 jump. So he's going to get to 134. Is that going to be... He's going to go to 134, which Matthew Cox is coming in and he's at 135. It's almost like we don't need the goalkeeper. Whereas 61 would get him to 135. So, but with the 200 potential, he's almost going to surpass that almost instantly. So we're going to go with Brian. So what was that? What did we say? It was going to be 134, wasn't it? There we go. And who else? Who else then? Well, there's 2 options for me. 3. There's Luke Thomas. There's Leo Lieninen or Roscoe Thorpe. Oh, it's a coin flip between Leo and Roscoe, isn't it? Fairly loyal. Oh! I didn't even consider loyalty being key for this one. I don't even know why I wasn't thinking it. I don't know why I wasn't thinking that. Roscoe, he's a realist, and his loyalty's at 9. I'm not overly impressed with this personality type, to be honest. I'm sort of feeling as well, like, I do say I can tweak personality types, which I can, and I will. But I wouldn't be giving him 19 loyalty. I think that's too much. Like, if I was to tweak this, I'd probably go ambition, loyalty, and professionalism. I mean, I probably wouldn't change loyalty. I think that's a little bit mean, because that's just trying to keep them at the club. And that's not really what we're about. We just want them to reach their potential wherever they end up. Ambition and professionalism would probably go up between 12 and 14, maybe 15 for professionalism. But that's it. I wouldn't touch loyalty or anything else. Maybe sportsmanship, go up from 4, we'd see. But I think Leo at 19 loyalty, he's the boy, isn't he? What's his current ability saying? 63, potential ability 113. So that's what, 87. So we're going to jump up by 87, which takes him up to 150. That is insane. And what tactic are we playing? Oh, 4-3-3 this way now. I think it was different before, wasn't it? But I'm sure 150 is going to get him in ahead of like Ryan Yates. Razvan Marin, yeah, 150. He's even the best player in the squad, surely. 1 ahead of Devante Diggin. And Devante Diggin might be out of here. 2029 then. Let's go and see. Can we finally win promotion? Well. We've gone and done it, ladies and gentlemen. We've won promotion to the Premier League. And I will say, I do feel that the rule of winning the Championship or lower than the Premier League, you get 2 Wonderkids a season to help get you up to that next level. I feel very justified in that now because of how long it's bloody taken. 5 seasons, 10 Wonderkids, and we've finally done it in the playoffs. Nigel Hassel is in the first team. 138 current ability, potential of 176. Yes, Nigel. Brian Brown's on the bench. Why? He's played once all season. Oh, do we need to find him a loan move? Thomas Frank. I can't even moan at Thomas Frank. He's a great player. A great manager. Right. So, shortlist then. Let's look at the damage. So Gerald's still at Brighton. Nino's still at Bournemouth, but he's wanted by Barcelona. Brian Brown here at 136, Derby County. Devante Diggins still here. He's wanted by Newcastle and United. There's a bit of a rumour. But we're going into the Premier League, so these players now should, in theory, be a hell of a lot more expensive. Vaughan Cropley at PSG, still at 153. He's not played tons. He's played a lot off the bench, unfortunately. Sam Maycock still at Leicester City, who is literally rotting. His career is just dwindling away. One of the wild cards on the wheel was the prodigal son returns, where we bring back a player, which we have the ability to do if that wild card gets drawn. I think 3 wild cards now on reflection. Maybe 3 is not enough, especially with bad ones as well. Maybe we should do 5 in the next experiment. Let me know in the comments what you think. Like, I think we're going to go do 5. Some people have said do a wild card every single season. I think that'd probably be a bit excessive. Do a wild card and a wheel spin. We just be spinning the bloody wheel all the time. But Jean-Francois de Wolf never left. Why? He's gone 30k a week. He's clearly signed a new deal. He's got a relegation release clause of £14.75 million, which is bloody dangerous. Now, he's got nearly 50k a week after 5 international appearances. He's not appeared internationally. But surely teams were coming in for him, and he would have been like, yeah, I want to leave. Like, why he stayed at Derby, I've got no idea. 20 loyalty! I never even checked his loyalty. I've looked at his personality type. I'm sure I have. I mean, he's got a fantastic personality, fairly professional. I mean, his determination down at 5 is a little bit shit. But 20 loyalty. That might be why he stayed. Jean-Francois de Wolf. Could he be the MVP of this experiment and stay the whole experiment, like for his whole career? Leo Lieninen. Now, this guy, he might be. Oh no, he's got 19 loyalty. I'm thinking I might lock him in. Not yet. Maybe another season. I'm gonna gamble that he's not going to leave in our first season in the Premier League, because I don't know. 19 loyalty. I feel like he probably will stay. Like, he might get a new deal. What's he on? 9k. So yeah, he's not a new deal from what I gave him. And if we come straight back down, like, we've got a few players that have got relegation release clauses. If we come back down, I might lock Leo in. Is that a little bit? No, it's a wild card. It's there to benefit me. I should deploy that the most tactical advantage possible. I've still got to do a respin as well at some point. But anyway, so Romario's still here. 2 seasons in for him. He's now up at 140. Simon Simpson at 147. He's had an all right season. And yeah, we've just finished 4th and 1 in the playoffs. So happy days. So it's time to spin the wheel again, isn't it? Now, when do we deploy the respin? I don't think we deploy it on a 180 odd. 181. Now, it's only one player now. It's only one player now, isn't it? So, I've just had a quick look at Roscoe's personality type. Now, I've not changed this, but his ambition and professionalism have both increased over the course of his last season. Sportsmanship's still there. Loyalty's still there. 181. 181. Now, what would that be? What would that look like in terms of current ability? So, he'd go up, 47? So he'd go up to, 131? Is that good enough to be in the Derby team? Possibly. We don't play attacking midfielders. You'd have to go central midfielder. But yeah, 131 would probably be fine. I mean, do we go for another Cox? Liam Edwards Cox? Reece Donaghy? Cam Avery? Not a bad. He's light-hearted. If I can avoid changing the personality types, I will. Yeah. Rob Palfreyman. That's a great name. I almost wish we needed a goalkeeper. Rob Palfreyman is much better than Brian Brown. We should have waited. 181 would have been fine, but it is what it is. I do find the goalkeepers are easier to keep hold of at the club. The strikers are always the ones that leave. We've got £43 million to spend as Thomas Frank. We've got £28 million in the bank. Nearly got about just over £300,000 a week in wages you can still spend. So can he survive in the Premier League? We're going to go for Roscoe. There we go. 131. 2030 then. So how will he fare? Well, let's go to 2030. Can we survive? Let's hope we survive. Come on. Okay, we did. 15th. A very respectable 15th position. You can't say fairer than that. Liverpool have just won the league. It's been the Liverpool and Arsenal show. Man City have been nowhere to be seen. Vincent Kompany's in charge. Antonio Conte's been there for a couple of years. Alan Keane for Brighton he's good, isn't he? 176. He's a model citizen and he looks insane. Where are you playing him? I mean, he's just won the Golden Boot, so I'm assuming they're playing him as a striker. Great, finishing 18. I mean, his pace and acceleration is 15, so a bit slow for a winger for me. I mean, 15's fine, but off the ball 18, finishing 18, they are more striker-related attributes, and composure at 15. Anyway, look, he's just won the Golden Boot, almost certainly a striker. Look at that. Rashford and Xerxes both on 18. Jamal Musiala at Man City. £259 million he spent on him, and he can't win the league. Anyway, we finished 15th. Thomas Frank's still here. Devante Diggian, however, is not. He left to go to Newcastle for £24.5 million, which I think is an absolute embarrassment of a transfer fee. Considering we'd just come up to the Premier League, I think he should have been worth a lot more. He's then been capped, and he's also won the Europa League. Go on, Devante. Well done. Alex Gerrard, he's qualifying for York with Brighton, and so good, isn't he? Geraldinho. Nino Suri, he wants to leave. He wants to go to Liverpool. He's France's number 1 now. Brian Brown still here at 146, and he played 37 times in the Premier League this most recent season. Absolutely brilliant. Jean-Francois de Wolf. Oh. 1 cap, 1 goal. He's declared himself for England. Imagine him playing for England. That name, Jean-Francois de Wolf, is just hilarious. De Wolf on the back of the shirt as well. 38 to 115 million though, so if he does go, worth a bit of money. Now, Leo Leinanen. Yes, also very, very good. Very good indeed. Vaughan and Sam, unfortunately, have just stagnated in their careers. The good thing is, though, is we've got Simon Simpson, Romari Ellison, and Roscoe Thorpe. Roscoe didn't play at all. Do we find him a loan move? I think we might. But we'll come back to that in a minute. Firstly, we've got a small matter of a wheel spin to take care of. And it's going to be a 170. 179. It's a high 170. I don't feel like deploying the respin. We might get to the point where we actually have to respin at season 15. That might be the case. Like, we have to do it, which might be a concern, especially if it's a high 190s. But we'll play that by ear. And where are we at then? Dylan O'Leary, not bad. Not really that many new names. Again, what are they doing with the goalkeepers? Thom Townrow. He's unambitious. I mean, we don't need him anyway. We don't need a goalkeeper. Gerson Diogo is a perfectionist and perfect for us in our pursuit of staying in the Premier League. A right back / centre back. Probably with his dribbling and crossing, he is probably more of a right back. I'd like to think with decent work rate. I think he is. He says he's a natural centre back. Sorry, 7 tackling. I mean, his marking's up there, but he's got all the hallmarks of being a good fullback. So Gerson Diogo is going to be the boy. So it was 179. So what's that? 57. Ooh, 112. Right, we're going to be finding a loan move for Gerson in a moment. Come back and I'll do that off camera. And I might be finding one for Roscoe. Let's head on to the next season. So we finished 11th. Liverpool win the league yet again. Brighton up there. Didn't have the dizzy heights of their previous season, unfortunately. With what's his face up front? Alan Keane. Still there though. Alex Gerrard is still there. He's at 193 now. He's hit his potential. Sam Maycock just still at Leicester, rotting away. Alex Gerrard has hit his potential. Look at him, 193 in all of his glory. £200,000 a week. Worth every penny. Nino Suri still at Bournemouth. Vaughan Cropley still at PSG. Nino's actually got to 192 as well. Nearly hit his potential. Always going to, wasn't he? Devante Diggian is close to his own lovely old time at Newcastle. Heartbreak. But I will say 176 is on the lower end of the potential. He's been playing up front and not scored anywhere near enough goals for us. He's been underwhelming as a striker, to be honest. 16-37 in his first season in the Premier League. Probably, well, is his best season. 6 in 19 though this season. £155 million, not to be sniffed at. Would I accept that for this player? Yes, I would. Yes, I would. I don't think he's £155 million worth of talent. His name's worth it. You better believe his name's worth it, but I don't think I would turn down £155 million. That's just me personally. Simon Simpson's gone to Man City for £22.5 million. Now that is disgusting. Why has he gone for so little, yet Francois de Wolf's gone for so much? Horrendous. I'm fuming at that. Absolutely fuming. In terms of the other players, Gerson Diogo I sent on loan to Barrow, who are in League 2. So yeah, he went off to Barrow, get a bit of first team football. He's now at 119. I left Roscoe Thorpe here because I thought he might get some game time, might appear off the bench a little bit, and he did. Maybe not enough. Maybe I should have done a loan move, but you know, I decided not to because I just thought he was on the cusp of getting into that first team, and yeah, you know, whatever. So time to spin the old wheel once more. And the thing is now is. We've lived such a charmed life with these Wonderkids. There's so few 170s popping out. 183 this time. 183. Now we've just lost a striker. I feel like a striker is someone that we probably need. We've got Thomas Tuchel in charge. Thomas Frank resigned to become the England manager. Well, you're going to have a good time as the England manager, to be honest, with all these Wonderkids coming through. So, we've got two options here. We've got Josh Jameson or Mickwell. Not even Miguel. Mickwell. The Q. What's happened here? He's played one game at right back, centre central midfield, and left midfield. Who's done that? His personality is resolute. I'm quite happy with that. What's Josh Jameson's? Spirited. He feels more like a winger, though, with these attributes, with dribbling and crossing. He is close to his potential ability, though. He would be... we do get another season out of Mickwell, though, so hang on. What would Mickwell go to? What do we spin? 183? Right, so Mickwell's at 129, so to go to 183 is what, 54, so he goes to 149. Not a bad striker, but Josh goes to 168. But he's more of a winger, and he probably will play as a winger, so I'm not too sure what to do. Or do we go Marcel Eccleston? He's fairly ambitious. A great Barnet, great loyalty. I don't know, I think Mickwell being resolute is probably a little bit more well-rounded. Not got the loyalty, but got the professionalism, which I think is a little bit more important. And he feels like the most striker of the lot. Maybe. Yeah, he does. He feels the most strikerish. There's Marcel as well. He's only got 10 less potential ability, so he's going to improve 10 more, but he's 40 worse off than Mickwell, so he's probably only getting, what's he going to get to? Less than 120. He's not even going to go into the first team. We really need someone to jump in that first team. So my mind has been made up. It's Mickwell. There we go then. But 11th in the Premier League's pretty good. Where's the season preview saying? The season preview thinks 16th actually. So we're actually doing really, really well. Who's this guy? Joel Roman. Signed for £210,000 from Las Palmas. Just a casual 186, current 190 potential. Yeah, just world class. Sickening. Okay, let's go. 2032. Well, how about that then? We've only got Conference League football from 9th. And how's that happened? Well, Brighton have got Champions League football from 6th. Because they've just won the Europa League. No, they haven't. Well, how's that happened then? Who's won the Europa League? Okay, so Tottenham have won the Europa League. And Real Madrid have won the Champions League. So the Tottenham have won the Europa League, so they got Champions League football. So there you go. The Champions League qualification place moves down to the next place, which is probably why Aston Villa got a Europa League place. Have we won something? We haven't won anything. Oh, we've got Slaven Bilic in charge. Thomas Tuchel's left, less than a year in the job, to go to manage Leicester. He actually went to Bayer Leverkusen, actually. He left us to go to Bayer Leverkusen, and now he's just come over here to manage Leicester. So he's spent a year... Oh, so Slaven Bilic has come in 310 days ago. Yeah, start of the season. So he's literally... Thomas Tuchel's gone to bloody Leverkusen and then come back to Leicester. That's a step backwards, managerially. Sorry, Slaven. But we finished 9th. So who am I to judge and complain at? Because it's our best position so far. And we've got European football coming in. So how are the players getting on? Well... You can see straight off the bat, Nino Sarri has gone to Real Madrid for £103 million. He's got his big move, a huge move, and he's won the Champions League in his first season. Go on, mate. Go on. Jean-Francois de Wolf, not doing great at United, to be honest. We'll have you back on loan. Devante still there at Newcastle. Jowell still at Brighton, who are just ripping it up. Brian Brown has still remained here. Simon Simpson still at Man City, which is sad. Leo is here still, and he's wanted by Manchester United. It's time for the wild card. We're locking him in for 5 years. Move to other club. Al Nassr. So we're going to go 2037, and we'll go July the 31st. And then we'll cancel that as we get closer to the time. We'll have to change his contract, of course, but that's part of this wild card. He's got 4 years left on his contract, so what we'll do is we will give him 4 years left on his contract when we cancel that future transfer. I think that's fair because it's meant to be a good wild card. It's meant to benefit us greatly. So there we go then. Leo is staying despite interest from Manchester United. Don't know what that was. Vaughan Cropley is rotting in the PSG reserves. Sam Maycock is at Leicester City and wanted by Brentford, 25 years old and rotting away. The rest of them still here. Roscoe at 143. Oh, I ruined him. I should have probably done loan moves for him. I think I've probably ruined him. Miquel, 15 games, no goals. All of them coming off the bench. Most of those games off the bench. Gerson as well. So look at that. A lot of our Wonderkids are actually not quite up to the grade at the moment, and we're still getting Conference League football. So that tells you that the squad that has been built up to this point is actually pretty decent. There's JJ Fisher, Abdul Ibrahim. We recognise all these names. You've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, Amari Kellyman, Christian Spendy. He's actually on loan. He's actually listed for £24 million. Don't want him. Matej Popovic. Anyway, got some good players. Good strong spine of the team. I think we are missing a defender. I feel a defender is kind of player that we need. We do still have to deploy the dirty Wonderkid card. Should we just do it on a defender? Because you want high aggression. Is that a wise move? Would it be better on a winger because they're going to probably get into less trouble? I don't know. Let's spin the wheel anyway. So I think it probably does make sense to do the dirty Wonderkid at some point soon. And on a 182 as well. Yeah. Maybe. I think this is the time. And so George Mason, Sean Nash, Michael Issa, Kareem Farley, Andreas Christodoulou. That was nice to say. Christodoulou. I think that's your man. He's also professional. So, firstly, let's go potential ability. What was the spin? 182. 182. So that's 99 increase. So he's going to go to 147. So straight into the first team. And dirtiness, bang, 20. And of course, quick change of the old aggression. And there is another Wonderkid card. So we've actually deployed 2 in the one season. We do still have to do the respin. Okay, but yeah, that's it. That's it for this season. Let's go to the next one. Well, how about that then? Slaven Bilic is still here, and he's only gone and got us to Champions League qualification with Derby Bloody County. Excuse me? Hello? Is that the Europa League Conference League knock-in? Yes, it is. It's a 3-2 win against Roma with Gabriel Misihui with a hat-trick, no less. £22 million they spent on him, and he's scored a hat-trick in the Conference League final, so we win it. Andreas Christodoulou was booked in the 87th minute. Of course he was. Look at him. He's fantastic. He's 6'2". He's got, look at his jumping reach of 19. Still professional. Dirtiness still at 20. Aggression still at 20. What did he do in terms of his season? 17 yellow cards. He didn't get a red card. That surprises me. That does surprise me. Nothing happened in the FA Cup as well. Middlesbrough won the FA Cup in 2025. Nothing in the Carabao Cup either, so we've not won any trophies there. Just won the Conference League, though, just now. Sam Maycock is wanted at Leicester by Newcastle and Spurs, but he's up at 150. He's never going to make it. Bad times. Alex Jarrell, wanted by PSG. Wonder what he's going to go for. Probably, literally 39 to 117 million. I would pay 117 million pounds like that. Nina Sarai, of course, we saw Vaughan Cropley now at 166. For some reason, he's just got into the PSG first team out of absolutely pissing nowhere. And he's now improving at 25 years old. Devante Diggins still at Newcastle. Jean-Francois de Wolf still at United. Simon Simpson still at Man City. Roy Ellison, Brian Brown and Leo Leinen are still here. Of course, we sorted out that transfer for Leo to Al Nassr. Roscoe Thorpe. So I messed him up, didn't I? I ballsed him up. So I finally give him a loan move. Sent him off to Sunderland, where he's now up at 154. So maybe we've done it just in time to save him. Gerson needed another loan move, so he went off to Stoke. Probably should have done a gut loan move last season. I thought he probably was going to get into the first team. He didn't, or at least make some more appearances than one. So yeah, my bad there. Miquel McDonald is, well, again, should I have put him on? Should I give him a loan move? I feel like we're on the cusp of him breaking into that. He's coming off the bench a lot. I feel like he's probably going to start making some starts soon. He's now up at 157. I think that ability is too high to send out on loan, personally, but we'll see. Andreas Christodoulou is at 168, and we've already seen him. He's absolutely fantastic. And of course, as you know, we've already seen, we finished in 5th. Well, that's 10 years in the books, and it's our 10th wheel spin incoming. Let's do it. And come on, let's a 190 plus, a 190 plus, a 194, a 184. Oh, just short, a 187. But we'll take it. We'll take that, a 187. We're not going to respin that. We are running out of time, though, for our final wild card. It's almost becoming like a bit of a hindrance at this point, isn't it? It's almost becoming a bit of a hindrance. Right. There's not even a goalkeeper in this youth team. Madness. So we've just done a defender. Where is Matey Boy playing? Right back, Christodoulou. So we've got Antonio Silva. Antonio Silva's here. He's not great, is he? Yeah, he's not improved as well as he probably could have done. Rotted at AC Milan for a bit. Rotted at Brighton for a bit as well. That's disappointing. But hey, he's here at Derby. Go on, lad. We could do with a centre-back. We could do with a centre-back, potentially. Tim Penfold. I quite like that name, Penfold. He's slow. You can play left-back as well. As awkward. A makeshift left-back. Who's done that? I mean, we're looking over names. So, who's new? Well, Robert Uwakwe. And we want a centre-back. So, it might be Rob. He's fairly loyal as well. I like that. 18 loyalty. The rest of his bloody personality is good as well. Okay. Robert is penciled in. I mean, Romario Johnson is... I like the look of Romario Johnson. Again, he's got a very good personality type. His name, Romario Johnson's just a bit better than Robert Uwakwe. But I feel like we benefit more from a centre-back than a left midfielder. We don't even play left midfielder, do we? So yeah. We've got Hassel on the left. Big Nigel Hassel, who's basically getting to his potential. So we've looked at, really, with a Wonderkid that we've not even had to implement ourselves, who's actually stayed. Emmanuel Omega, £52 million from Leipzig. Okay. What's he saying, ability-wise? 153. Miquel, he's up at 157, so he's probably going to start playing a lot more this season. Okay, right. Let me go back down to the under-18s, and it's going to be Robert Uwakwe. I can't even remember what we span. 187, wasn't it? 187, so 76. 76, which would take you to 138. Now, is 138 good enough to get into that first team, or we're going to have to do a loan move? It's better than Stefan Block. We've also got Gerson Diogo, who's going to come back from loan at 144. Maybe it didn't need a defensive centre-back. Oh, we've got two centre-backs now, haven't we? Who are going to be pushing Antonio Silva for that starting position. I mean, Romario Ellison can play there, but he's made his name being our defensive midfielder. That's his position now, isn't it? That's where he's playing. Almost week in, week out. Got two of them, you see, that's why. Okay, 2034 then. So, 13th is rubbish, isn't it? Slaven Bilic, how are you still in a bloody job? How are you still in a job, you charlatan? 13th, awful. Well, so, done pretty poor, really. Let's have a look at the shortlist. Let's have a look what's the damage then? So, anyone left? Romario Ellison is still here. We've still got Brian, Leo, Roscoe. He's on the loan list. Although he did play 15 times last season, a bit off the bench. Feel like he's now up at 156. He's all right. Gerson Diogo, again. Why has he not played that much? Only 7 appearances all season. Miquel McDonald, he's played a lot more. Not scored loads. I feel like we need a striker. Andreas Christodoulou, how's his discipline? 2 red cards. That's not too bad. I thought it'd be worse. Antonio Silva at 146. Gerson Diogo is at 152. And Adrian Pereira, 4.5 million from Nacional. Not too bad. And Robert Uwakwe didn't actually feature at all. He's on the loan list because they want him to play some more regular first team football. So I'll come back and do that in a moment. Let's have a look who we're going to get then in. Let's have a look who we could get. Let's spin the wheel first. Bloody hell. Okay, so again, running out of time with the respin, but it's not going to be this time. Oh, you better believe it's not going to be this time. 195. Well, What do we say then? Kieran Woodburn. I mean, 195 only gets you what? 56? And he gets to 139. Boring. Calvin Kittrick, another great name. Again, 195. That's what, 92? Again, only getting to 133. Not that impressed by that. Romario Johnson, still like that. Owen Brown and Kohlberg. Andy Kohlberg, some good mentals. He's a perfectionist. 20 loyalty. This guy, 6'3", striker. Do not play him on the wing. Do not play him on the wing. That's all I'm saying. I just said we needed a striker. What's that? 123, 72. He's going to go to 145. Is that enough? Enough? Maybe. I mean, Mickwell's at 174. Only just broken into the team. He's going to be behind a Mega as well. Maybe a Mega might leave, go to Nice. That'd be nice. Just go see how he gets on then. Right, Kohlberg. Andy Kohlberg actually played. Why has he play? I've lost the ability to speak. Why is he all of a sudden broke into the first team? He's at 157 now, so he's improved a bit. That's good. He's insane, but he was always going to be. What did we get to? 145. So he's improved by 12, and he's going to improve even more. Mickwell is probably playing on the right. He wants a new contract. Did he play? He played a bit up front. He played as a cam and on the right this season. So he's split his time between the different positions. Right, okay. Anyone left? Gerson Diogo. He barely even got in the team. And he's gone to AC Milan for £48.5 million. So they've made a nice bit of money on him. But AC Milan have given him the game time and he's improved a bit more. That's it. That's the only damage. That's the only damage at all. And we got Europa League football in 5th. Why are we not getting Champions League football from 5th? Not sure why we're only getting Europa League football, but gives us the opportunity to go and win that trophy, doesn't it? Unless, I mean, it's the 7th of June. There's no tournament still outstanding to play, is there? The Champions League's just been won by PSG with a goal from Mr. Vaughan Cropley himself against AC Milan with who? He didn't even make the squad. He didn't even make the squad. Vaughan Cropley started. Have a bit of that. Go on, Vaughan. He's at 174 out of 191. He's 27. He could make it now. He genuinely could make it. I'm pleased for him. 26 times he appeared in the league, played 13 times in the Champions League. All of those starts. Didn't come off the bench once this season. He's really broken into that first team at PSG. And he's winning the French league as well. So fair play to him. Fair play. I'm happy for him. Genuinely. But sentimentality only gets you so far. Let's go and have a quick look back. So we finished 5th in the Premier League, 10 points off the pace. So we're not a million miles away, although 77 is a very low points total, to be fair. Look how tight it was for the top 4 as well. What happened on the final day? Well, Man City drew against Manchester United. So with Arsenal winning, that was enough to let them leapfrog. But Liverpool also beat Wolves. So if you look at this, the stages, this draw, a defeat here as well for United. City also lost. So if we look at past positions, look at that. Very difficult to sort of see. But as you can see, Manchester United were top. The Man City, let's have a quick, let's just break this down. So Man City were atop towards the beginning, kept falling away, snuck back in and then ended up finishing in 4th. Manchester United, get rid of Man City. Manchester United were second a lot here, then top all the way to the end of the season. And then with the draw against Man City on the final day, down in 3rd. Arsenal never really top apart from the start of the season, coasting away in 4th, up in 2nd, and then finally finished in 2nd. But it was Liverpool who were top a little bit in the season, but were 3rd and 4th for a lot of the season, to be honest, or 5th even. Last game of the season, bang, a 4-0 win against Wolves, and they've snuck the league title. Very impressive indeed. In terms of the squad then, we've just lost the centre-back, Gerson. We've still got Brian in net. We've got Andy up front. Let's look at the under 18s. I mean, we've got some good names here. David Seeley, Tyrone Webster, Greg Ford, Hussein Kale, Elias Nurmanen. He's still got if we needed a goalkeeper, I mean, Chisholm Ogbonya is a fantastic name there. Abayomi Musa down here. But I don't know, I think we're probably do we need a central midfielder? I feel like a central midfielder. We've not had one for a long time. We've got Roscoe Thorpe, we've got Leo, we've got Romario who can play there, but he could slot back in defensive midfield. We've got Leonardo Ojeda who's playing. How much did he play last season? He played a lot. Okay, I feel like I want a central midfielder. I mean, he's driven, and let's just take a moment. The 16-year-old Tyrone Webster, who has got a hairline that bad. He's literally got a granddad haircut, just got a bit on the sides. Tyrone, you poor sod. Oh, well, he's going. Hang on, I don't even know what he's going up by yet. Let's spin the wheel. I'm all over the shop. Come on, Tyrone, for the hairdo. For the hairdo. It's going to be big. It's massive. It's 199. And once again, we cannot respin. How close are we going to get to the end before we actually have to do the respin? So the attribute details are as follows. Let's have a look at his actual personality type as well. It is driven, and it's bloody good, isn't it? Right. So 199, so it's up by 101. So he's going to go straight to 152, which will be better than what's his face who's been playing, Leonardo Ojeda. The problem is he can't play defensive midfielder, but I'm sure he will be retrained and brought into the team a little bit because, you know, or maybe they'll play Leo back there in defensive midfield and play him up in the attacking midfield role. That probably makes a little bit more sense. Although Roscoe has not played loads, who's now of 156. So we'll see. We'll see what happens over the next season. But not a lot we can do other than sit and wait. But Slaven Bilic is still in charge. Is he holding us back? Possibly. Well, not only have we finished third in the Premier League season in 2036, Man United have won it, actually, incidentally. But look at this. Andy Koldberg, 26 goals, the top goal scorer. He is now up at 169. He looks insane. He's fast, but he's so good at like heading and jumping reach and stuff. He actually has got a more dominant polygon this side, which makes him look slow. 16 pace and acceleration is not slow. We all know that. 17 for finishing and composure, 16 for off the ball. He is unbelievable. He got 10 in 10 in the Europa League as well. Let's go and see how he did in the Europa League, shall we? Oh, we lost 2-0 in the final to Roma. Archie Gray, our friend from our Fresh Prince of West Yorkshire save. Oh, the hero of the Conference League, Gabriel Masui, hat-trick hero in the Conference League final, sent off in the Europa League final, listed, understandably. He's leaving, not having his contract renewed. Hang your head in shame, Gabriel. Okay, so Sam Maycock still at Leicester City at 156. He's 29 years old. He has had, well, do you know what? He's started to play quite a lot for Leicester now. And yeah, there you go. Alex Gerrard has gone to Arsenal for £85 million. What a bargain. What a bargain indeed. He's only gone and won the Champions League as well. Nino still at Real Madrid. Vaughan at PSG. He's also won the Champions League. So we've got 3 players here who've won the Champions League. Lovely stuff. Devante Diggins still at Newcastle. Jean-Francois de Wolf has just won the Premier League title with Manchester United, scoring 18 in 31. Danny Welbeck in charge, as you do. Did not expect that at all. He's sick. Danny Welbeck is insane. Look at who he's been manager of. He left Brighton as a player, became the manager of Norwich, went to Brentford, Newcastle, Bayer Leverkusen, AC Milan, now at United. He's been here for 2 years. Go on, D. Welbs. Fair play to him. Unbelievable. Right, Jean-Francois Dwarf. So, Simon Simpson, our Angwer, he's gone to Juve on loan, joining permanently, mandatory future fee of £26.5 million. That is still a profit. Loan of £12.75 million as well. So, he's probably gone for, I don't know, is that like 30-odd, £40 million or something in total? Man City have never really played Simon Simpson. They've not really been arsed, have they? He's played a handful of games here and there. 22.5 million. It's sickening how little he went for, and they've not even really cashed in on him. He's made it to his potential as well. He's up at 168 out of 174. That's the saddest thing. Roscoe Thorpe, I felt like I let Roscoe down, to be honest. I felt I let him down, really. He wasn't given the loan moves when he probably needed them. He wasn't really getting into the first team, and then multiple-time Premier League winners Liverpool have just come in and bought him for £27 million, as you do. Other than that, Gerson Diogo is still at AC Milan. Everyone else is still here. Miquel McDonald is wanted by Inter Milan. Is at 182. Tyrone Webster can now play as a defensive midfielder. That is good. He's obviously training there. He's playing in the Premier League, coming off the bench. He's played a couple of times as a cam, but more as a defensive midfielder. Okay, so yeah, I'm right. He can now play there, which is good. We're really getting a strong squad now. Like, because players aren't leaving, I'm struggling to decide what position to go for. Firstly, though, one small matter. I have a wheel spin. So here we go then. Let's get on with the wheel spin. And as we move around, you can see the segment's getting much bigger every time we remove it. And once again, the RNG gods are shining down on us today. 194. We're going to have to respin an insane number in a minute. Okay, right. So, Elias Nurmanen. We've seen him before. I liked it. Richard Harrington. Is that a real person? I recognise that name. Aurelien Lenormand. Fantastic name. Kane Orrit. Brilliant. Vladan Milenkovic. Not too bad. Mazi Prendeville. Insane. Harrison Owakwe. Brother of Robert, was it? Ben Neal. Corey Stjoberg. Cornell Oxby. I mean, you could literally take your pick out of all of these here. Right, let's go through. I kind of like the idea of a left back, balanced. I'd need to change his personality type, and if I've got this many names at my disposal, I don't want to just be changing personality type. Low determination for Richard Harrington. Get out of here. Auriel Lenormand, fairly professional. Kane Orrit, unambitious. Oh, it's a sorry looking state of Wonderkids here. Mazi Prendeville, fairly professional. Just plays as a wing back right. Don't play wing backs. Harrison, balanced. Corey Stjoberg, unambitious. Cornell. I mean, it was dire, wasn't it? There was so many bad personality types then. Normally, there's a few half decent. I suppose there was a couple of fairly professional, but I was expecting some half decent ones. And I'll be honest with you, Cornell Oxby is up there as one of the better names. To be perfectly honest, he's got 20 loyalty as well as 20 professionalism. I mean, this one's. I mean, we're going to 199 as well. So what's that? 79. So he's going to go 139. Let's go. Let's just do that. Let's just do that quickly. He's the guy. Now, I'm not gonna ruin Cornell. Ty, Missouri, and Ray. So 139. Javier Ray signed for £47 million from United. Pretty good, isn't it? Healy Ty, yeah. So I think we might need a loan move. We might need a loan move for old Cornell Oxby. So do that in a moment. Other than that, I think that's all we've got to sort of see to for this juncture. Let's go to 2037. Oh, we've slipped to 5th. 68 points, we're 5th. Andy Kohlberg missing out on the Golden Boot by a single goal. Charlie Hutchcox. Oh dear. Charlie Hutchcox with the Golden Boot. Antonio Sos for United, signed for 4.9 million for Osijek. God, he's good. They've won the league again on goal difference ahead of Newcastle. That's Jean-Francois de Wolf. Well played to him. And in terms of the players then, any movements happening? I've not seen anything up to this point. Miquel, should I say, did go to Inter Milan for £150 million, which is actually really handy because it was not handy, but it's handy that we've got a ready-made replacement coming back to the club. Cornell Oxby, who's spent the season on loan at Hull, and he's now at 155 current ability, so he will come back and slot straight in quite nicely. We have been without Miquel all season, which, you know, to be fair, that might be why we finished 5th, but was he that good? Was he playing that amazing for us? I'd argue. I mean, to be fair, yeah, 15 and 35 there. I think he probably was playing a bit of a winger as well, especially with Andy Kohlberg up front. 62 and 101, he's got not a bad return. 2 fantastic seasons. 23 and 26 respectively. Has he broken into the England team yet? He has, 7 and 17. Lovely stuff. Right. Never played an under-21 international game, straight into the first team. Don't often see that. You don't often see that. The jump was big enough, wasn't it? Jump was big enough. Andreas Christodoulou is now accomplished as a right winger. Don't tell me you're playing him in right wing. Internationally, they are. That's Cyprus. Yeah. Bloody hell. He's a phenomenal fullback. Play him as a fullback. Whatever. Let's spin the wheel. Second to last wheel spin then, and we've still got to do the respin, so this might be the one. Not if he's 198, it's not going to be. He's 186. I feel like, let's keep it. We're keeping it. The final wheel spin will be the enforced respin. So from turning into being a positive wildcard, he might be a negative one. If we get like a 197 or whatever we've not had in the high 190s, yeah, that won't be great, will it? So let's go to the youth team then. Oh, hang on. What's happened here? Slaven Bilic left to go and be... What? Just go and be unemployed? Departed as manager of Derby County at the end of his contract. Oh, we've won the FA Cup. Slaven Bilic won the FA Cup 3 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't see it. Well, there you go. Emmanuel Omega in the final. 2-1 after extra time against Chelsea. Okay, so Roberto De Zerbi's in charge now. 175 potential ability, 173 current ability. That is a huge jump from Slaven Bilic. No offence, Slaven, but he's been the manager of AC Milan, Italy, Roma, United. I mean, he was sacked as the manager of United, to be fair, but hey, who isn't nowadays? At Lazio, Nice. He's won the Conference League, won the Europa League. He's won stuff. Can he just... I mean, we have already won stuff, but we're here with Derby County. We've got Champions League football. We've got domestic trophies to win. We have got a Premier League to try and go and win. But before we do that, one more Wonderkid incoming, and it's a 186. And again, we're spoilt with names here. We've got Rhett Beck, Ruben Gordon, Vincent Monday. Again, another winger? Do I need another winger? I probably don't need a winger, do I? We have just lost Mick Well. And yeah, Cornell Oxby is coming back, but having two players who can play on both the right and the left is really good for the squad. He's spirited as well. Spirited, I like that. I do like that. Andrea Guerriuso is balanced. I'm not a fan. Kane Orrit, unambitious. Yeah, so, oh God, Kane, sort your acne out, boy. What is this? Who? I mean, I know I've gone about it a lot, but who the fuck at Sports Interactive thought, like when they were making the regen faces, who thought about implementing this as a feature? It looks a fucking mess. It's like if you give a kid some crayons and a drawing of this and said, just scribble. That's what it looks like. And that's not me being facetious. That's how shit it is. End of rant. Vincent Monday upped his potential on Monday. Senior squad on Tuesday. 186. So what's that? From 97. That's 89. So 89 up from 67 is 156. So him and Cornell are actually going to be duking it out for that position on the left of midfield, because Healy Ty is also in amongst it, but he can also play on the right. Who's playing on the right? Marcelo Pellegrini. Right, you've got to play him on loan from Liverpool. Loan options. If you win the Premier League, you've got to pay £91 million. Well, we haven't won the Premier League, have we? Send him back to Liverpool. You've got loads of wingers now. I've probably given you an extra one too many, but not the end of the world. I probably should have given another striker, especially with Luke Iredale leaving. Oh no, sorry, he's coming. He's joining from Chelsea for £52 million. Rubbish. Why is he joining for £52 million? Mandatory future fee. He's played 6 times off the bench all season. What an absolute waste of space that signing is. Anyway, De Zerbi coming in clutch at the end. Can he win the league? I think he's got a fantastic squad of players here. Well, he's done it. He's done it on the final day of the season. 1 point. We lost actually to Brighton, so it was already sewn up by then. But Man United lost 2 in the lead up. So it wasn't quite sewn up. We were level on points. No, we were 3 points clear after that draw. I don't know. I can't do the maths. We've won the league. De Zerbi's won the league with Derby County. Fair play to him. Finally, after 15 years, we've got that Premier League trophy. Hot prospect here of Aziz Nistrom, signed for 3.3 million. 173 potential. Nice. I just love it. You got to love it. Right. Any signings to speak of going on over here? No, everyone has stayed here, and you've got Tyrone Webster, who's playing quite a lot now at 177. Cornell Oxby, who played a lot on the left-hand side, he's now at 170. Vincent Monday, unfortunately, bit of a sub-merchant, but he's got time to progress, and he's got time to grow. Robert Owakwe decided to be Irish, just because. Christodoulou is... he's 23 yellow cards. Not great this season, but 2 red cards. It's not as bad as I thought. So that wild card wasn't as detrimental as I potentially thought it might have been. So we are learning as we go. We're probably going to do, like I say, more wild cards next time, and we'll probably remove some of the ones that I feel are probably a little bit rubbish. But it was a great idea of whoever it was in the comments, because I'm utilising a lot that are coming in from the comments, and if I like them, they're going in. And, you know, it didn't quite turn out to be as bad as potentially it could have been. So, you know, it is what it is. Final wheel spin. And there's no drama here, really, because this one has to be respun. It has to be respun. And we're getting to 177. It is 177. So it's a 170 that we're respinning. So it's even if we do get 170, 173, it's not that much of a decline. So, you know, it's fine. It is fine. It's going to be 172, isn't it? Unless, yeah, 184. So it actually worked out in the end. It's worked out fine. 184. Let's go and have a look at the under 18s then. And yeah, no messing. Fairly ambitious. Right, Tobias Quigley. Let's just quickly do this. Yes. You're welcome. What was it? 184. Oh, shit. What was his bloody potential ability then? I forgot. It was like 120, 64. We'll go with 64. Yeah. Sorry, no method of cancelling. I could reload the autosave. It's a quick reload, just so we can do it properly. Tobias Quigley, 112. 112. So it's a jump to 184. So that's 72. 72, 72, 72, 72, 72. 113. Right. Yeah. It wasn't much difference to what I think I put in. And there we go. That is the last Wonderkid. And now it's time to simulate through and go into the future. But before we do that, let's take a little moment to have a look at some of the players who will be retiring in about 5 years' time or whatever. But all these players here in the first few seasons, yes, of course they all left. But then we really did manage to lock ourselves in here with these players. We were really lucky that they stayed. Leo, of course, we locked in until 2037. I fixed that off camera. I cancelled the transfer and made it 2042. As we agreed that we were allowed to do. We all agreed that. So don't come for me in the comments. He's still world class. He's unbelievable. He's 64 caps for England. He's decided to be English. And quite a few players are in the England side. Devante at Newcastle, Alex at Arsenal. You've got Gerson at AC Milan. Vaughan at bloody PSG. Still there. Leo, Miquel, Andy Kohlberg. 194. What a player indeed. And he scored 22 in the most recent season. Joint top scorer with Luke Carner. But hey, we won the league. Let's go 5 years into the future then and see how we manage to progress going forward and see how the players get on. Oh, first thing I'm seeing here is Tyrone Webster is wanted by Man City, but he's at PSG at 25 years old. £226 million as well. You bald sod. Right, Alex Jarwold has gone to Al Ittihad. Nino Sari is there at Real Madrid. Who was top? Matey boy for Leicester. He must have already retired. Vaughan Cropley's at Manchester City. Left PSG for £30 million. He's gone grey. Stress of it. Devante at Newcastle still got those luscious locks. Probably becoming a bit of a Newcastle legend. Jean-Francois de Wolf, his contract is expiring at the end of this season. He will be leaving Manchester United. What a player he's been. Simon Simpson at Juve. He was a steal for them. Wanted by Saudi Arabia at this juncture. Romario Ellison, Brian Brown and Leo Leinen are all still here at Derby County. Brian is just otherworldly. He got squashed dead, hasn't he? Roscoe Thorpe wants to leave because he wants to move on for a new challenge. That challenge being maybe playing a few games of football. Actually, he's been, maybe starting a few games of football. He's been a sub-merchant for Liverpool for many, many years. Gerson at AC, Miquel at Inter, Christodoulou at Derby still here. Robert Uwakwe left to go to Roma, £165 million for the Irishman. Yeah, what a good player he is. He's on £500,000 a week there. Andy Kohlberg is still here at Derby. Tyrone Webster, as we already discussed, has left to go to PSG for £226 million. Cornell and Vincent have both reached their potential and they are representing Derby on the wings. Tobias Quigley is at Leeds United. He's on loan, actually. He's at 22 years old. He's about 30 away from his potential ability. He will potentially get there. He's had a few loan moves, so fingers crossed. We'll see how we get on. Remo Fuller is in charge, and we've won the Premier League for the last 5 years, ladies and gentlemen. 4 of the last 5 years has been won by Derby County. Let's go and have a look at those seasons then. That was the first one that we won that we saw. Then again, won it comfortably, miles off the pace of United there. Then we beat Tottenham by 2 points and beat Tottenham by a point that season, both of us eclipsing 90 points. Most recently, 91 points for us, 78 for United and Arsenal in second and third respectively. So, yeah. 2 Champions Leagues as well. We've won the most recent Champions League, actually, winning 2-1 against Real Madrid after extra time. Vincent Monday with the goal in extra time. Lovely stuff. Man of the match performance for him. 2 FA Cups as well as 2 runners-up. 3 FA Cups, sorry, in the experiment, but 2 here, 2 runners-up. So, yeah, there you go. We beat Liverpool and Manchester United. No Carabao Cups. We've just come run up against United in the 39-40 season. It is what it is. Another 5 years then, just to see how the players finish off their careers. Well, not finish off, but some of them will be retiring. Some of them will potentially do some moves. See how Derby got on in the next 5 years. And that will be it. So Brian Brown at 37 is still here at Derby County. Let's just have a quick look. So Brian Brown's still here. So same as Leo Leanan, and he's retiring. Gerson at Al Ahly. Miguel still at Inter. Andreas at Derby. Andreas is still here at Derby. Robert at Roma. So no transfers. People have retired. There might have been transfers for the other players, but no one has moved out of these lot. And we've just won the league last 5 years in a row. We are dominant, ladies and gentlemen. We are dominating the Premier League. Remo Fuller is still in charge. Only one more Champions League, though. Only one Champions League. Tottenham have won it 3 times in a row. We've come runner-up twice in the last 3 years, which is disappointing. Made it to the final 3 years in a row. We've just lost 3-2 to AC Milan. Vincent Monday there. And Andy Kohlberg. Vincent Monday is a club legend. Remo Fuller is also a club legend, as is... That's it. Cornel Oxby is an icon. Leo Leanan, icon. Andy Kohlberg. Christodoulou, icon. Brian Brown, favoured personnel. Are you joking? Brian Brown, arguably one of the best goalkeepers of modern history. Here with us from the Championship. Insane. Insane. Well, there you go then. Who has won the Ballon d'Ors and has anyone from our Wonderkid pool won a Ballon d'Or? Well, we're going to find that out. Kylian Mbappe at Real Madrid in that first season. Then it was Jude Bellingham. Harry Kane in second. Mbappe. Saka. Arsenal 1-2 there. Jude. Look at that. Real Madrid 1-2. Phil Foden then. Real Madrid number 2-3 there. Lamine Yamal. Kylian Mbappe. Vinny Jr. Ooh, and Arnie there. Joel Roman for Man City. Alan Keane for Brighton. Understandably so. He was fantastic, wasn't he? Marcel Ramon for Arsenal. Toda Pichu. What a name he is. He has, even. Toda. Love it. Back-to-back for Marcelo Ramon, though. Toda Pichu then did get his Ballon d'Or at 25 years old. Brian Alcaraz in second. Andy Kohlberg. Derby County's Andy Kohlberg winning the Ballon d'Or. Toda Pichu again after Milan Drost. Kohlberg with his second. Vincent Monday in third that season. Andy Kohlberg again. This time Cornel Oxby in third. Playing up front. We must have been playing 2 up top there that season because he got 35 in 53 for Cornell. Again for Andy Kohlberg. That's his 4th Ballon d'Or. And he got a 5th. Mamadou Diop at 27. He's still here at Derby. He was signed for free from Rennes. The Derby County won the Ballon d'Or 5 years in a row here. Andy Kohlberg again. That's 6 for Andy Kohlberg. And that's most recently. Andy Kohlberg is still here at 30 years old, 31 now. Unbelievable stuff. 6 Ballon d'Ors. He scored 334 in 453. What a legend. And that's it for today's experiment, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I always have fun making these, as I said earlier. Let me know teams you want me to do this with, leagues you want me to do this in, wildcard ideas, or any other feedback whatsoever for this series. I'm going to try and keep making changes to keep it fresh, keep it evolving. I've also got some other ideas coming at some point in the near future. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video and all that good stuff. But most importantly, gang, thanks for watching. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.